Hi there. I'm David Batsoffen, and I host a travel blog called Travel and Things. And for the past, well, almost year, I've been a non-traveling travel writer. And it has been tough. And then a book crossed my desk, as they say in the classics, called Ode to Tani Rona. And I started wondering, who is Tani Rona and why is there an ode to her? So I thought that I would ask the authors of this book, who are Angela Randall. Hello, Ange. And Alethea
Hi
Williams.
there.
Hi, Alethea. How are you guys doing?
Very well, thank you, David. Thank you for having us. We feel very blessed to be on your show.
Who is, well, now I've figured out who Tani Rona is, or Auntie Rona. I love this book. It really, after a year of this, because I was going nowhere, nobody was seeing me. This book put a smile on my face for just so many reasons. So congratulations to you guys. Tell me a bit
Thank
about
you. Thank you.
how, firstly, the relationship between the two of you, and then how the book came about. But I think what we need to do is, before we do that, just a few days ago, the doyen of theatre here in South Africa, Dawn Lindbergh, passed away, due in part to coronavirus. So I'd like to use this platform, if you don't mind, to take a moment to remember her. Angie, I know that you have a link to her as well. And just to Des and to the whole family and to her brothers and sisters, we send our regards and condolences.
100%. And
So
God's blessings. And know that Dawn had, and her husband, but Dawn had a profound impact on me as a woman in terms of sex education and how it was described in the most beautiful, beautiful album. It was How Did I Begin? And it was very special.
you talk about sex education. I'm going to share. Oh, my daughter's going to kill me. Uh, they did at their old house on the ridge in Houghton. They used to do Sunday soirees, and they decided to do the vagina monologues. Now, sitting next to my daughter to watch a show like that is quite something, because there is language.
100%.
Yeah, and so it was Des, my daughter, and I sitting right up at the back next to his sound desk. And we get to the end of the show. Des looks at me and he looks at my daughter and he goes, "Your father can't say a word, can he?" And I couldn't. I was gobsmacked beyond belief. It was a production that I was not expecting.
100%. But I
Yeah.
think they were the kind of people that were honest and true
Mm,
and were able to share that in a sense that was very personal for
yeah.
them and made people communicate and
Mm,
made people engage in those dialogues,
yeah.
which are hard, never mind what culture you are in.
True enough. All right, Dawn, you've taken up
Okay.
enough of our time. That's typical of Dawn. Bless her. When I still had a
Yes, and
radio,
let's bless
if
Dawn.
if I needed an interview, I'd phone Dawn and go, "I need an interview." She'd go, "I'll come in." I say, "No, you can do it over the phone." No, she said, "Can't do it over the phone. Must come into the studio." So thanks to her. Okay, so back to the book. Firstly,
Yes.
talk to me about yourselves. How did you meet? How did you collaborate on this particular project?
David, our girls go to the same school. Tiana was from grade 2 and Angie's daughter a little bit earlier. And I think the last 4 years of our journey at APS, we've kind of like looked at each other. I said to Angie always, you're always the mom that was at the back trying to be there and not really be there, and you like move out very quickly. And then actually last year we started talking, and
the real connection was, funny enough, Mortimer, the shooting. Angie
Okay.
was on the phone with me, and I was in Cape Town. And it started there, and unbeknown to me, Angie's situation, and we just had our kids go to the same school. There were meetings and stuff like that. We started our WhatsApp conversations and phone calls. I remember saying to Angie, ek het die airtime nie, kan ek your WhatsApp? And thank God for WhatsApp. This book was basically WhatsApp through our illustrator, and we will probably talk about her later on. I couldn't have asked for a more real friend in life where my journey is going. And this is a new one on top of it. It's a bit overwhelming, but if you file things lekker and you know what your purpose is and your truth, you'll get it.
So when I first opened, you know which page I'm on.
Yeah.
It's interesting that when I first got the book, when it was delivered to me and I opened it on this very page. And now I literally have just picked up the book, opened it, and this is an adult show. What the hell? COVID spelled backwards is Divok. What Divok is happening? And I'm reading backwards because this is reversed in my camera. This is really, really funny. And this, I think, sets the tone, not only for this book, but for the entire year. And it ain't over yet. Alethea, we've lost your camera.
Hold on, she's back.
I'm gonna go back. I'm trying to find it. There we are. Sorry. Thank you.
Okay. Don't fiddle. All right. So I think this, as I was saying, I think this sums up the entire year. What Divok has been happening. So talk me through this, because I mean, you've color coded, they're called QR codes, every single, there we go, scan me level 2, and I've scanned, and it takes you to like a little videos. It's a lot of fun. But talk me through the book. Let's start at the very beginning, as what was her name, Mary Poppins would say. It's a very good place to start.
100%. And I think where we started, David, was really in the month of August. By August, Alethea and I had shared about 524 memes. Okay, and about half of them encouraged us to debate and converse about how those memes were affecting us at our particular time in life. And we were sitting one evening, and Alethea and I, without us giving our age away, we album people. We like a photo album.
Okay, fair enough.
We like to, bring it out and share it. I mean, our parents have hardly maybe given us 1 or 2 of our albums of upbringing. And we didn't want to do something that was an ebook or electronic. We wanted a keepsake. We wanted something that you could feel and have it as a page turner.
Yeah.
And a memoir to a very, very trying time for both of us and for everybody, but as a keepsake. So we sat one night and we said, well, let's put our photo album together.
Because now that you say that, that's why this makes sense.
100%.
Because
100%.
those photo albums that we all have from our youth,
100.
exactly this. They were wire bound with that stupid plastic inside that messed up all your photographs.
And on the front.
True enough.
And this, David, in the printing world is quite a challenge.
Yeah.
It's quite a challenge
Really?
to have that kind of cover. Yeah. It's quite a challenge. I mean, we're documenting our journey with the book's birth and everything, and it's very interesting, and it's a lot of laughing moments there, more than sadness, but we're learning a lot.
I should imagine. Self-publishing is not for sissies, I should imagine.
Nay,
No, 100%. And we wanted to own it, and we wanted to really empower those that were part of the collaboration. So Alethea and I are two women. Our illustrator, I was ex-AAA. After doing a BA Sukman at UPE, I didn't find a husband, 100%. And we wanted to empower women. And I was ex-AAA, and Gemma, our illustrator, is a AAA graduate. She got a Lurie for her wonderful book that she did with National Geographic. And everything has been about empowering somebody in our journey of our truth.
Well, that's great. I mean, you know, new sports evolved. Sports like this. I remember when that came out. I have to say I haven't tried it because we don't own a teapot in this house.
Okay, well, I might have to just get
best.
one delivered to you.
But you can see yourself trying that until you get it right.
You better believe it. You better believe it, Alethea. It's one of those things. You see, that I'm prepared. I'm prepared to wear leggings. What the hell? You know?
100%. And we were, you know, you obviously know Alethea from way back, and I was a dancer in Port Elizabeth, so I did the youth ballet at the Opera House, and it was my year on year. And Alethea and I really also connected with the school in terms of the drama and what was required, and makeup and face paint and therein. So our creative collaboration has really been so easy because I think we're kind of sisters from different mothers.
Fair enough.
And with that, it was never a fight of anything. It has really been an easy journey.
Oh, well, that's great.
And
because,
for me,
because these things can be very trying at the end of the day. I want this in, no, it won't
100%.
work. I want this in, no, that won't work. So how did that, Alethea, how did that process work for you? Did you sort of throw, you know, like America's Got Talent or one of those programs where they put all the contestants on a table and then the 4 judges go, well, we've got a maybe pile and a definitely no pile and a must-have pile, and then you argue about the rest?
Yeah, exactly that, David. We did it. We took our memes, and I went to month. We put it in months, and we go, but the levels were not in months. Let's go look up the dates. And so we filed it in that way because those were people's moods and situations at the time. So when you go through them, you'll see they are quite appropriate for those levels, those lockdown levels. And then, I mean, if you take memes, it could have been any size, thick or thin. We just took the ones that we thought with our journey would work. And they were, we shoved them all to Gemma. And funny enough, she chose them. We gave her some license as well. And she came up. There were back and forth. There were a lot of back and forth at the end of the day. The reason why we chose her, besides being AAA, she's a 21-year-old. And then our age group, I think the balance worked out well. And she was also in her first lockdown, still living with her parents. And us as moms keep saying our kids don't really feel locked down. We feel it, not our kids. So the balance of and the outcome of is this, and she's done a great job. Really, she's done an amazing job.
She has indeed. I think we all look back, and in fact, I was having a discussion, an argument with somebody just the other day as to which day lockdown started. I said it was the 27th of March, and this particular person said the 25th.
Actually, the night of the 24th was the Command Council's
Okay.
brutal drama, but from the 27th,
Yeah.
it was installed.
Yeah. So I was right. But I think we all thought, 21 days, we can deal with that. I don't know about you ladies, but I thought, all right, I can finish the novel that I started all those years ago. I can finish, there's a course that I was doing, an online course. I thought I could crack that. I've got 3 weeks to do that. Of course, 3 weeks came and went, and neither the novel nor the online course were any further than they were on the 26th of March.
Yeah, so I think for us, we really wanted to be able to leave Corona with something that meant something to the two of us. Hence our gambit in the beginning with John Hume and diversity and how it works.
Right.
And for us, that was a big thing.
I think
yes.
Just looking at the virus that you had stuck on your chests, I think you hit it spot on when you talk about her persona. Or you've given on. I suppose now that you've explained it's your journey, because I was going to say, why not Uncle Rona, or just Rona and leave it as gender neutral.
No.
But I'm not going to go down that path, because I'm going to get myself.
We had the debate, but we had the debate: is she male or female? And we decided, with all the awful, what are those things called in America that they have?
Presidents.
The weather dramas. No, they all
hurricanes, typhoons.
Yeah, correct. So she was a female. She blew in here dreadfully, awfully, and she is like an aunt that we all have, where she is absolutely brutal and then just, as sweet as syrup as well.
Yeah, this is the problem. Just when you think she's left, you find that she just popped to the toilet and she's hidden herself there so that she can come
100%.
back.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alethea, do you have I'm just holding up pages that I think are pertinent to what we're talking about. I see that, what you might call it, Zoom is in one of its moods today. It's going to limit us to another 10 minutes. It hasn't done this to me for a long while. So let us we'll get through this. We've got 10 minutes, which will give us just over a half an hour, which is not too bad. So my question is, a favorite meme from the book.
Mine is the cover.
Right.
Alethea's is the tears, eh?
It's not a meme, but it says a lot.
It does indeed. It does indeed. And I think it speaks to exactly what we're all feeling, good, bad, or indifferent, whether we wear masks or not, whether we believe we can catch it or not. And that thing could be, that particular illustration could be replicated with any country's flag in there.
Thank you.
At the end of the day. And I think that would make a great mask, in fact. And maybe it's a merchandise that you should think about. The E in South Africa stands for electricity. Yes, it doesn't. I love that. They take everything away from us. We've got Corona, and then we've got load shedding, and then they changed load shedding to, what did they call it?
Lock shedding.
No, there was something. No, they had something else. It was like sort of voltage reduction. They kept coming up on different names. And then also, I asked my doctor today how long he thinks this COVID thing is going to last. He responded with, "How should I know? I'm a doctor, not a politician." I also like the fact that, did you choose the color coding for any specific reason?
Yes, very much. Those are your health
and safety.
Those are the
levels.
Alert levels. So if you have, coming from one of my backgrounds as a project manager, when you have to submit for all your health and safety, they would look at this chart. And so if it's a high risk high risk, it would fall under the red. But
Yeah.
if it's a low risk, yeah,
Okay.
it's a low risk. And we were treated that way.
We were
We
indeed.
were waiting with bated breath for every announcement before we would move from level 5
Yeah.
down.
I mean,
And it was an easy way for everyone to be able to relate to a level that made them connect with whatever was going on in their lives. It may
Yeah.
not have been in level 5. It could have been in level 2 or 3.
yeah. I think there was a lot of angst when it got to the sort of level 2 as to whether we would go back up or down.
Yep.
And
Yes, yes.
my fellow South Africans was not very helpful.
Well, let's just wait to hear what he has to say with the NEC and our little friend Ace. Because
Well,
I
there's
think
a whole
he
lot of
is-
stuff coming up at the moment because, you know, with December just around the corner and the school holidays and all of that type of stuff, we wait with bated breath to see what's going to happen at the beginning of 2021. The book is a wonderful, wonderful gift. It's a wonderful, wonderful memory for 2020. And I think because what you've done at the back is also something very clever. You've got lockdown memories. You can complete the face.
Interactive parts, yeah.
Well, you can't, because you should actually put a mask on this
No,
guy's face.
you see, and that's exactly where we say draw your mugshot, because that's your book and that's your personal way of how you were. And there were lots of things where people weren't able to be themselves.
Yeah, true enough.
Okay.
So,
Yes.
so the most important question is, how do people buy a copy? Where do they find it?
Well, okay. We have a WhatsApp line.
Mhm.
We have a WhatsApp line. We are on Facebook and we are on Instagram as Auntie Rona with an IE.
Okay.
Auntie Rona.
Yeah.
And our website is in development, correct? You go to Auntie Rona and it's all there for you. It will give you also a QR code to talk to Auntie Rona. We've got a whole team behind, correct?
That's it, exactly. Thank you, David.
There you go. It's called merchandising, ladies. Got to sell it to earn it.
So grateful. Thank you, David.
Ladies, I wish you, I'm sorry Zoom has done this to us. As I say, in the 100-odd episodes that I've recorded to date, I think it's done it to me 3 times, this being the 3rd. But I wish you all the very, very best with the book. As I say, I think it's a wonderful end-of-year gift to see out the year so that people can fill it in and remember the year, because you can't just write 2020 off. It's going to be
100%. We cannot, and
it's going to be one of those things. Do you remember where you were when Elvis Presley died, or in my case, John F. Kennedy?
100%.
Where were you in 2020? And thanks to you, ladies, we can now remember it.
And I'd also like to say something to you, David.
Yeah.
In terms of when you were, and I'm not sure if you're still lecturing at Damlin.
No, not anymore.
But you made a very profound comment when you were teaching at Damlin about that you're a legend in your own lunchbox and that every crisis is an opportunity.
True enough.
And that's basically what Alethea and I did. We found our lunchbox and we turned it into an opportunity. I salute you for mounting Kilimanjaro 3 times. I salute you for your record in the world. And
thank you so much.
That resonated with me.
Well, good for you. Good for you guys.
Well, because we mums and we pack lunchboxes.
Your own lunchboxes. The authors of this are Angela, Randall and Alethea Williams. And get yourself, that's all I can say, is go out and buy a copy. Don't be mean. You're looking for something to put under a Christmas tree next to a Hanukkah light or for Kwanzaa. This is the one for you, people. You have been warned. I will visit your homes and check to see that you've got them. Ladies, once again, thank you for being my guests here on In Conversation with. It's been wonderful chatting to you. Have yourselves a fantastic end of 2020, and I wish you all the very best with the book.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
David. You
Go
too.
well.
Oh, well.